So tell me a bit about yourself. What are your interests? What do you like to do in your spare time for fun? Who makes up your household?
You feel again the pain. Once again, it's your own fault. You are, it seems, destined to be a lonesome creature, drowning in pain. Life, it seems, will never be, as you are dead inside. My mother has a mental illness, but she doesn't want to do anything about it. The abuse and neglect I've suffered seemed normal. I didn't know any different. I thought it was how families were. Friends, family, and school teachers started noticing my bruises and dirty clothes. I was doing stuff at school, daydreaming most of the time, not caring whether I could spell or do my times tables. Then the erratic behaviour started. I was 6 years old. I never had many friends, and when I did make friends, it didn't last long. I became violent towards them. I always felt the need to hurt others and scare them off before they could hurt me. I didn't trust anyone. I mostly drew art and wrote poetry at lunchtime to avoid the other kids. One day, a lady came and took me to a new home. I hated it. I yelled at them and screamed at them, and did things on purpose to make them angry. But they didn't get angry, they just sat with me while I screamed and punched and kicked and cried until I couldn't scream and punch and kick and cry anymore. They bought me some fish. They said it was because I was trying, and they wanted me to know that this was now my home. Slowly, I stopped screaming and punching and kicking. The anger was lifting and being replaced with some hope. But inside, I was still broken. I was initially forced into counselling. I sat there silently. They tried to get me to talk, and I could see the frustration. This made me more determined to keep quiet. I didn't care about them and thought they didn't care about me. After seeing many counsellors, I finally met one that I actually liked. Slowly, I started talking. At first, it was just about my love of drawing and my fish. But slowly, the trust was built, and I was able to talk about the pain. She helped me realize I needed to do something about my constant self-destructive behavior. To deal with my abuse, to learn to trust. The depression that nobody notices, the one that makes me scream, the one that started from abuse, the abuse which I endured at such a tender age. I am not damaged goods. I'm not what you call normal. Normal is average. Average is boring. My foster parents became the people in my life who I could trust. All the stuff they have put up with from me, and they still love me and fight for me every day. Every milestone we reached was a celebration. They made me feel like I had a home and a family. I feel like I owe them my life.
After all of these years, it's because of my foster parents that I've been able to find the strength and courage to use my experiences to help young people. So tell me a bit about yourself. What are your interests? What do you like to do in your spare time for fun? Who makes up your household?
I'm Mandy Thompson. I'm the CEO of Alia Projects. Alia Projects exists to support families and children. Our number one priority is to make sure every family and child has the best chance at living a good life as it can. And the way we do that is through a number of different programs. We Care has been operating for 41 years in Townsville, and it provides universal access to all families who need emergency accommodation and or respite for their children aged 0 to 11 years. So that really provides a great circuit breaker for families who might live with chronic disease, who might have severe poverty issues, who are very, very good parents, but the families, have a huge amount of stress on them, and We Care can provide that little bit of help and support for those families to keep the kids out of the system. We also have an emergency relief fund which we provide food vouchers, emergency medical needs for children, emergency school needs for children out of. So again, we don't like to see children going without, and we believe firmly that every child should have access to every opportunity in life. At the tertiary end, we also run a large fostering service here at Alia, and that's our shared family care program. We're funded to place up to 190 children every night in Townsville in foster and kinship homes. That's a pretty frightening statistic when you think about it, given that we're not the only fostering service in Townsville. Our number one priority is to support the foster families, the parents and the children. So we want every child to come through whatever process they're going through, and we know it's traumatic, all of those processes when a child's had to be removed from their family. We want every child to have an identity. So even if the child can't live with their parents, we work very hard with our foster carers and the kinship carers to make sure they understand the importance of place and identity for every child that comes into the system. Even though we're funded to support the foster carers, of course, the end game is that every child that comes into contact with our service leaves in a little bit better place than when they came in. Look, we encourage parents to come and see us when they think they might need a bit of help. It doesn't mean you're a failure, it actually means that you're very normal, because we all go through different points of our lives as parents where we want support and need support. So I suppose my message to parents out there who might be watching this: come and see us, come and knock on the door. We're open all of the time. Pop into playgroup on Thursday and just have a look, because you might find new friends, you might find the support you need, or just a bit of relief from whatever it is that's happening for you at that point in time.
So my name's Joanne Stout, and I'm the manager of the recognised entity. The recognised entity's role is exactly the same as the Department of Child Safety in relation to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. So when there's 7 phases of the child protection care continuum, and every one of those phases we do exactly the same as what departmental workers do in relation to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. And we're also legislative, so the department does have to consult the recognised entity in relation to any of those phases. Because of the culture, and a lot of people don't understand the different cultures, so our role is to ensure that the department are behaving in a culturally appropriate manner when they go out to our families. And some of the things that we do culturally, non-Indigenous people may not do. So there are 8 community service programs. So the youth shelter and used to be the volatile substance misuse program have now joined and become Townsville Youth Support Services. We have a family support service. We also have a family intervention service. And we have another program called Stronger Families. We also have a homeless hub in Eklund Street. So with all of those, we try to deliver an integrated service approach so that families are able to access different things within TARS. Because we're at that tertiary end, we try to do things that are a little bit more proactive, so children aren't taken and put into out-of-home care, because it's very difficult. We also have a foster and kinship care agency within TARS, so we recruit Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander carers for our kids that go into out-of-home care. We have a social, emotional and wellbeing unit in TARS which is evolving. So we have a psychologist, we have a mums and babies unit, and the mums and babies unit has a visiting paediatrician once a month, a maternal health nurse. So Our families can bring their babies here for their needles and all that sort of stuff, and it's growing, the mums and babies unit. Well, they can go through primary health, they can just come up to the front counter. The new program, Stronger Families, the parents can self-refer, so it makes it a little bit easier, because we do have a lot of young people that are parents, 16 to 18, so they can actually self-refer to that program, so they don't come to the notice of the department. The positive outcomes is that it's a culturally appropriate service for our people, and they feel comfortable when they come in and talk to us.
My name's Kate Jacker. I work at Red Cross and I'm the Service Coordinator for Social Inclusion. We have quite a varied role, I would say, in the child protection system. So in Townsville, or our North Queensland office, we have two programs that are particularly focused on child protection and families, but overall the organisation is a child safe organisation, and so that means that we highly value the protection of children in all the work that we do. We have a really stringent specific child protection policy. We require all our workers and volunteers to undergo the relevant working with children checks and police checks to ensure that everything we do has that focus. But our family support program and our referral for active intervention program work directly with kids and their families, and lots of those kids might have had contact with the child protection tertiary system, or some of the families might be really struggling and at risk of touching those statutory systems. So part of our model is that we come in with outreach in home-based case management, and so we work with the families and develop case plans and goals of some of the things that they want to achieve, and we support them through that journey. And so the end result always being that the family is stronger and a safer environment for their children. Children, young people, families, individuals, they can all self-refer, so they can come into the office in Wickham Street in the city. We have homelessness services here. We provide crisis and emergency accommodation for people who are experiencing homelessness. We have homelessness case management programs that also work with families who are at risk of or are experiencing homelessness. So for a lot of those children, again, it's about supporting their safety by helping them to have a roof over their head, which is pretty important. And so people can just rock up at the service. They can call our number. Other services can refer families if they need extra support, doctors, anyone. So we don't have many stringent restrictions around how to contact. One of our programs, a referral for active intervention, is actually specifically focused at ensuring that families and their children remain out of the tertiary or the statutory and child protection system. So we're able to work with those families and ensure that they're able to provide safety for their children, that we can support them to create a strong relationship, strong family routines, safe contact with all members of the family, extended family. We can support as part of a case management plan around increasing housing, physical, environmental safety. So all aspects of a family's protective factors around their kids can become part of that plan, as long as it's a journey that we take with the family and with the kids. We work directly with the kids within that program and the family support program, so modelling safe behaviours and modelling safe play and things like that. So it's a non-clinical service, but it's in the home and it's supporting families through that journey. And although that's our funded program that's specifically aimed at keeping kids out of that system, all our other programs, family support, homestay, street to home, the end result is, again, creating that safety for kids. And as a child safe organisation, it's essential that we protect those children that we're working with.
So my name's Emily. I work as a child therapist within the counselling intervention service at Act for Kids. The Counselling Intervention Service and our Sexual Assault Counselling Service are two programs that we have that are funded solely through the Department of Child Safety. So both of those programs, we take all of our referrals through the department and we provide therapeutic services to children and their families. The program works very much from a child-centred, strengths-based approach and helps to support around any sort of developmental, behavioural, emotional concerns that might have be present for the family at the time. One of the other programs we offer here is our Intensive Family Support Program. It's come as a new program through the changes through the Child Protection approach in Queensland, and that program is focused at early intervention with families prior to entering who might be at risk of entering the statutory system with the Department of Child Safety. To refer to that program, families can be self-referred. They can also be in contact with us through Family and Child Connect. And also there's a number of named people who can refer to the service, including schools and health facilities. So the IFS program, or the Intensive Family Support Program, offers really practical support around things like budgeting, parenting skills, supporting around routines within the family, which might relate to sleeps, getting ready for school, that kind of thing, learning to create more positive behaviour change with children in the home, things around nutrition, that type of thing. Our Thriving Kids program is our community-based program where families and children are able to self-refer for therapeutic support around the impact of trauma. So what will happen is people are able to phone the service, let us know what might be happening for them within their family. We then ask them to come in for a welcome where they'll have a conversation with one of our therapists before going on to the wait list. And then when they come to the top of the wait list, their therapist will give them a call, and we're really flexible in the way that we work with families. Our Thriving Kids program is centre-based only. So the therapeutic support that's offered really varies from practitioner to practitioner. Every hour we've got both psychologists and social workers working within our therapeutic programs who work with a range of frameworks, I suppose, including art therapy, play therapy, strengths-based practice. So here at Act for Kids we work across the entire age range of 0 to 17. So that might look different depending on the age group. So for very young children the support might be more around supporting families or carers. And certainly we're able to provide support to parents and carers as well on an individual basis. We get to see lots of really beautiful things happen in the work that we do. I think something that really stands out is around the resilience of children. So when children who've even had really challenging experiences, when they find themselves in a really supported environment with a holistic amount of support through therapeutic services, schools, foster care and their families, and lots of other key stakeholders, there's lots of thriving and really positive change that happens.
So my name is Rebecca Brown. I'm the program manager for the children's team at Centacare, so that involves the Bridge program and the Rosa program. The Bridge program is an early intervention program. We work holistically with families through with the counselling aspect and the family support in-home support as well. We fit on the very early stages of the child protection system, so we're trying to prevent families from becoming involved or re-entering into the child protection system. Families can self-refer into the Bridge program, so they can give us a call, let us know that they would like some assistance. Other support services, professionals, other agencies that might be currently involved with a family can also give us a call and let us know that families might be interested in support, and we can go through those avenues, as well as schools, health services. What we're aiming to achieve is a healthy environment for the family. So we're trying to empower families to build skills to manage difficult situations. So behaviour management strategies, parenting strategies, general respect, boundaries, and just a more healthy dynamic within the family. So the Rosa program is, I suppose, on the other end of the child protection spectrum. We work with children who are currently engaging with child safety, where harm has occurred, or they're at risk of harm. So generally they are either placed out of the home in the foster carer with foster carers or kinship carers, or they're on some type of early intervention or intervention with parental agreement. So we will work one-on-one with the child in a counselling setting to work therapeutically through that harm and any other issues that may arise. In saying that, we work whole of child, so we will work with all the services involved with the family, including the foster carer, provide them with education to make sure that everyone is on the same page in order for the child to move forward. Referrals for the ROSA program come through child safety, so the child has to be engaged and the referral comes from their child safety officer. And the child can be aged anywhere between about 5 and 18. We're hoping to achieve, again, a healthy, safe environment for that child and for the child to be able to have the skills to know to identify their own emotions, emotional literacy, coping strategy, resilience, so then they can apply those basic skills throughout their other areas of their life, and when issues come about, then they got the skill set to work through those.
So I actually am employed by Mercy Community Services to run Family and Child Connect in Townsville. And what we do is we offer a referral and kind of connection service for families to find things that will help them be a stronger family. So the community can call us, families can call us and just ask us for advice about what other services are available in Townsville, or Hughenden, Charters Towers, Ingham and Burdekin, Palm Island and Magnetic Island are also areas that we cover. And we keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening in all those areas, and what we can do is we can either just tell people the services that are available and they can go and call them themselves, find out the referral pathways themselves, or we can actually help them connect with those services. So we can come to your home, we can talk to you about what's going on for your family and trying to figure out what might be the best service to help you, and then help you get to that first session. So in Townsville, there's actually a really wide range of services that are available for families, either for free or for a very nominal amount. Across mental health, alcohol and other drugs, domestic violence, just general family support, financial supports, also more intensive programs that can work in a family's home, youth services, aftercare services, and we just make sure that families and individuals can get to the right service at the right times. They can get the support that they need. So young people can contact us directly, but we are here for families. So anyone with someone under the age of 18 within their family, or if you're under 18 yourself, you can call us directly. But generally, if it's just over the phone support, we'll help anyone who's trying to find a service that could help them. And if you're a family or a young person, we can come out and visit you either in your home or in a park or anywhere and talk about what services might work for you. To access us, you just call 13-FAMILY. That's a statewide number, and no matter where you are in the state of Queensland, you'll get in contact with your local Family and Child Connect. So in Townsville, you call 13-FAMILY and you'll speak to one of our workers who'll be able to help you over the phone immediately. All Family and Child Connects are open from 8:30 to 5:30 every business day until 7:30 one night a week, and that changes in the different areas. But you can also just walk into our office and ask for some help. We do also have a web form that you can use on the internet. So if you Google familyandchildconnect.org.au, you'll find the generic website for all of our services, and you can just put in there that you want some contact. Sometimes schools and health services also contact us if they're worried about a family. So we might reach out to a family to offer some help. And that's totally voluntary once we speak to that family about what might be going on for them. But that's kind of two ways that people can come into contact with us. It's just that ability to reach out and offer help, because sometimes when you're really stressed, you don't have the ability to ask for it yourself.